What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to my Let's Play series. I believe this is episode 8, and I kind of did a little project. I did it off video just to not take up an entire episode of me trying to build it and things of that nature, but I'll try to stand in spots to where you can either pause the video, screenshot it, whatever, so you can build it yourself if you want to. I cannot remember the video I watched or whose video I watched on how to build this. It's been at least a year since I watched it, so I cannot for the life of me think of who did it. But if you are watching and you did this build and you were the first person to do it, feel free to comment and let me know, and I'll give you a shout out in next video. That way everybody knows exactly who you are. But thank you for the build. It's been great. This build has never broke with all of the patches that have come through or changes or anything like that. It has stayed consistent, and it has worked 100% since the day I built it on all of my other worlds. This is a great just an automatic clock timer setup to be able to automatically harvest all of your farms and stuff like that if you can have auto farms. But I'll stand in spots so you can actually screenshot or pause or whatever, so you can take a look to see how to build it, in case you want to build it yourself, or you're following along and you're building the same exact thing that I'm building, and just following along with my Let's Play, which would be kind of cool. But this is what we got. This is the hopper timer clock automatic set and reset. Basically, it will harvest and it will push all the pistons out, and then it will kill the signal and retract all the pistons, and then start the timer all over again. I haven't clocked it to see exactly how long that I have it set for. I just I put a stack in this hopper timer, and then I believe I put 20 in this little clock here. This is your standard hopper timer. There's nothing special with this. There's a ton of videos on how to do this. This is just your basic hopper timer, but the signal goes out into this setup here, and it basically, once this ticks enough, every time that this ticks and lights this signal, this puts an item into this hopper. Well, there's a redstone signal here that locks this hopper, so whenever an item goes into this hopper, it stays in there until all of the items are out of this dropper and into this hopper. And then once that happens, the whole signal goes off, and it sends it off into both of my farms. I have them all wired up in here in junk. That way both farms get a signal and they automatically farm, since these are the only two. I could do a pumpkin farm and set it up on automatic as well, but this whole setup has just been great. And like I said, it's never broke, and it's always worked. And here, let me stand over here so you can kind of get a front view of it, so you can see where the redstone torches are placed. This has just been an awesome timer and hopper setup, and I mean, I don't know the exact term for this build, but it has been completely awesome, and I love it. And this is what I wanted to set up my automatic farms with in this world as well. That way, while we're building, the whole castle and everything like that, or going off and building whatever, as long as this chunk's loaded, this thing will continually run and continually automatically harvest for you, so that you never have to do anything. You don't have to go push buttons, you don't have to do nothing. It just automatically does it all for you, and all you have to do is go over and collect your loot. There is redstone on top of here, but like I said, this is just your regular hopper timer. There's nothing special about this. But yeah, that's pretty much it. And as soon as, I don't think let's see how many's in there, see if it's even close, so I can show you. There's 11 in there. Yeah, okay, so I put 20 in there. So once 11 more goes into here, all of this whole signal will trigger, and it will go off, and it'll fire all the pistons. And then as soon as this hopper is empty and this ticks once, all of the pistons will retract. So it's like a minute that the pistons will stay out, but it's not really that big of a deal. If anything, it kind of helps keep your items pushed out while the hoppers are collecting them. So, but yeah, I wanted to show you guys on this what I did here, and that way you guys could see it a little above view here, so you guys can pause and screenshot or do whatever. But the signal at the very end, at the top of the screen right there, once you get to that point where the end of this whole machine comes out to the end of the signal, you can take that signal out to wherever or whatever or anything like that. But this has been just an awesome build, and like I said, some of my other redstone projects that I have on my main survival world have actually broke when they've come out with updates, patches, whatever. They've changed the way stuff works or whatever, and they've broke. But this thing has never broke, and it has always stayed working, and it's just been an awesome build. So shout out to whoever designed this and built this. It has been great, and I really do appreciate it. But what we're gonna do is we're just gonna cover this in, and you know, that way it's, you know, you can't just see this ugly, it's not the prettiest thing. So I could just put glass there and you could, you know, just see it, but nah. But this has been kind of a fun let's play world. Kind of having fun with it. What I'm working on right now is the design of my castle and trying to get all of my episodes lined out, so I have, when I come in and do an episode, it's not just like, all right, what am I gonna do today? I have no idea. But what I wanted to do is get these three things set up. We went to the Nether, we got everything we needed there. It was fantastic, and so we are good to go on that. I think the next thing to do is start building food farms, I guess. You know, I could go with your standard, do I have any more dirt? I have dirt, sweet. I could go with your standard, you know, wheat farm and just plant and replant, but I can really, if I needed food, I can make pumpkin pie. So food's not that big of a deal. I have pretty much an endless supply now that will automatically keep, you know, growing no matter what I do. So I'm not really worried about food. You can see I'm running at a steak there, which is no big deal. We got chickens in my house that I need to just keep gathering up eggs, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to build the automatic chicken cooker breeder, and it will as well be going as automatic the entire time. Matter of fact, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take you guys into my main survival world so you guys can actually see some of the stuff that I want to build. That way, you know, so if you're interested, let me know in the comments, and you know, I could build it piece by piece. You kind of like a tutorial in the Let's Play. I said before, I don't want to do a lot of tutorials on my channel because there are so many tutorials out there. So I'm just kind of, I'm gonna keep it within the Let's Play. So, you know, this is so you guys can see it can be done in survival. It's being done in survival. My world's on hard. I like playing on hard just because it adds to the difficulty. So let's switch over to my world and see what we got going on there, and I'll show you what I'm not sure I'm gonna do the pig thing though. It kind of sucks, but I'll show you guys the chicken cooker breeder thing, and it automatically just there. So we're back. We're actually in the Nether right now because I'm working on my Nether project, but we will go into my barn that I seriously, it is in dire need of a facelift. Yeah, I gotta move my Nether portal now that I got my mob farm built in. But this is my main survival world if you haven't seen it before. I got everything. I got automatic potion brewing, I got tree farm, I got a mob box grinder up there, just automatic mass storage there, and you can't see it because it wants to be a turret. So what we'll do is we'll go back out here. My house is such a mess. I'm gonna build a new house eventually. We'll go back here. I still have not made the cow cooker breeder on my own world, so I might just do that on the Let's Play, but we'll go up here and we'll take a look. This here, if you can see, there's chickens up there, And what happens is they are sitting on a bunch of hoppers, and whenever they lay eggs, the hoppers collect the eggs. It goes into this dispenser, and the dispenser shoots them out into the glass, and it'll hatch baby chickens. Well, the baby chickens sit on the half slab. As soon as the baby chickens grow into adult chickens, the lava kills them, and all of their loot comes into here. I haven't really spent too much in my overworld, so I'm kind of low on chicken. But you can see by the amount of feathers. I mean, I keep taking the chicken out, or my kids and my wife keep taking the chicken out to have food. But you can see how many feathers are there to know it gathers up feathers. And, you know, you got endless supply. Oh, well, there you go. Here's my... Yeah, I built 2 because they're... You know, with me, my wife, and my kids playing, it gets kind of crazy. But... You can see it works. This one is... Now, the amount of chickens that you put up there, I mean, it's really up to you how much food you need it to crank out. I mean, you could probably do with, you know, 4 or 5 chickens up there. No big deal. What you do is you just basically get a bunch of eggs, gather up a bunch of eggs, build your machine, go up on top of it, and then just chuck the eggs down into it until you hatch 5 chickens, 4 or 5 chickens or whatever. And then you should be good to go with that. You know, if you want to just like chuck a ton of them in there. I think there are smaller builds, but I think they're PC builds, and I'm not sure if they actually work. But this one here, this I got off of Skippy6 gaming video. He built this, and so I turned around and built it because he plays on console and so do I. So I was like, naturally, if it works on his console, it'll work on my console. So I built it, and it automatically collects, it automatically cooks the chicken, and you're good to go. And we have a ton of feathers. So, but yeah, it cooks the chicken for you, it gathers it all, and you're good to go. This pig one, this is a PC build. It is alright, but it doesn't quite work the way I want it to. Basically, what you do is you click that, lava comes out. See, right now it's like double clicking, and I think it's burning up all of the meat and stuff, so I don't understand why it's doing that. Oh no, it's cooking the meat. There we go. I might build this one. I might take a look at the redstone, see if there's something that I could change on it to make it stop doing that. But I think after the last update that we got, it actually started doing that where it would leave, because it's just supposed to chuck out a lava blade and it go right back out, and then, you know, pigs are on fire, they die, and it collects all your stuff and cooks it all. But as you can see, isn't that really cooking it all the time? Which is not a big deal. I mean, I have a ton of furnaces, and furnaces are easy to build, coal's easy to find, and you're good to go. So those are a couple of the builds that I'm thinking about. Another one is this thing. This is great. This is a trash can. You just basically chuck your stuff in there, and all it does is just, I have it chucking out into water, but it just chuck out into empty space, and you don't have to sit there and just click it off of your inventory. It's awesome. Yeah, see, I built my own sugarcane farm here. I got my watermelon farm here. And my pumpkin farm's over here. I have another wart farm, just because I make a lot of fire resist potions because I've been spending a lot of time in the nether. That there is my iron golem farm. If I can find some villagers, I'm definitely building this thing because I have a ton of gold. But you can see, this thing is 100 blocks long. I have pumpkins for days, and this whole hopper system feeds into my mass storage system here, along with my watermelon and sugarcane. And sugarcane's not too full. Watermelon, you can see. This is a storage system where, and I might build this in the survival world. I'm not sure how far we're gonna get, but I got 3 lights lit up. That's the equivalent of like 3 hoppers filled, 3 or 4 hoppers filled, like 2 or 3 double chests full is 1 light. So it kind of gives you an idea on how much you have. I don't really have a whole lot set up into here yet. I'm trying to redo my whole world, and of course, you know, I got my beacons and stuff, and a big American flag glass ceiling. But I think for now, that's going to do it for this episode. I know it was kind of short, but I wanted to show you guys that whole hopper timer clock setup to, you know, add to your automatic farms. That way you're able to just set it and forget it, and then just when you need that stuff, just go collect it and you're good to go. Other than that, we're gonna start getting into some more complicated or bigger builds. So I want to try to keep my episodes at maybe no more than 30 minutes. Of course, with the program that I'm using, I can only record 15 minutes at a time and then have to edit them and clip them together, and that's always fun. But yeah, I think we might. Yeah, we're probably gonna do the farms, get our food squared away. I mean, we already got a little base, so we'll probably knock out the chicken farm, the automatic chicken farm. That way we have an endless supply of food and we don't have to worry about it ever. We get either between pumpkin pie and chickens, we should be good to go. And then we should just, from here on out, we should just start building just everything. And eventually, you know, we found the end portal. We got to go farm Enderman. So that's in the plan. I'll probably do that a whole episode, just run around trying to find Enderman. But yeah, that's going to be it for this episode. I really do appreciate you watching. Like and subscribe if you haven't, and we will catch you guys on the next video.